Good morning, everyone. Well, it's a lovely day out here, so I'm taking full advantage. Going to try and get these rafters up today. I've done 3, so I've only got 3 more to do, so that shouldn't be too difficult. My sister's here, so we've spent the last 2 or 3 days just, well, you know, wandering around, showing you the sights, a couple of lazy lunches, that sort of thing. But, you know, we need to get on with some work, so that's what we're doing today. And Susie and Jane, they're out around doing lots of gardening tasks and tidying up. So Jane doesn't get that much opportunity to help out in the gardens, so she's going to help us. So it's going to be brilliant, that. Yeah, so that's what I've got to do today, get these up. The difficulty is I'm using recycled wood, so all these pieces here, they're all different sizes. This is all bowed, it's actually dipping in the middle, so every cut's individual. Unfortunately, I can't just make one cut and then mark each one. The roof plate either side, they're sort of sloping in slightly, so that makes it awkward. So it's a question of getting up, measuring, going down, cutting, bringing them up, checking, maybe making an adjustment or two. And of course, where they've been used for, there's loads and loads of nails. So I'm denailing as many as I can. So it's a little bit slower than I'd like, but it's okay. That's the price you pay for recycling. So anyway, I shall get on. It's a bit chilly. Don't let the sky deceive you. It's a little bit chilly, but hopefully it'll warm up as we go through the day. Right, onwards and upwards. So this is a bit of a first on our channel. My sister's third visit now to us, but she's never been on our channel because she's a little bit camera shy. But this year she said, okay, you can film me, but from a distance.
Well, this week's been about tidying up the garden really after all those storms, and all the leaves I've collected I've been putting on the bed here, and I've moved one or two plants around and split some up. Jane's been doing a lot of work around the back, Roll's sister, so that's been a great help. This is brilliant. She's cut all these acanthus back and she's pulled out a load of ivy out the wall here. You can see it's previously had ivy there that was cut back before we moved here, but there's some big old roots here. And she's collected up all the hazelnuts, got all these bins to get rid of rubbish in. So now this is all out of the way. This is a project we've got to dig all this soil away because it's probably comes up to here inside. So we've got to dig it all out. That's another big job to do. So that's been a great help. This is my David Austin rose that Anne and Mick, our old neighbours, bought us. And it was when one of our dogs died, so I wasn't going to leave that behind, but I've moved it from the bread oven to here. I've moved it about 3 times now. So this is where I've moved the rose from, and we've put this here because the dogs have managed to hook some stones out the wall, and this wall is quite unstable. This is the hole they've dug out, and you can actually see through to the other side now, but the wall looks a bit precarious. We think the bread oven and the outbuildings were built later than this wall. We think this wall went right the way to the end of the garden, and then they cut it off there, but it just looks a bit odd stuck in the middle of the wall there. So our plan is to take this down, and we wanted an outdoor kitchen area, so we're going to make this area into an outdoor kitchen. On the other side of the wall they've put concrete, but you can see where it's bulging here. Doesn't look very good. Okay, this is the other side of the wall. You can see all the renders coming out there, but they've put concrete on here to stabilise it. This bay tree needs to go because it's too near. The roots are probably damaging the bread oven. And I've just got one plant to get out here, and then we can make this into a nice area to put the barbecue on.
Right, last one. One more to go and then we're done. Okay, well that's those in place. So next stage is to put the roof back on. Now, if you remember last week, I showed you in my workshop, and I've started the process of tidying it up, etc. And so I've done a bit more. If you remember last week, this table was full of stuff, and it's where I was putting everything on there and then organising from here, really. But I've now got most of the stuff here organised elsewhere. I'm just going to tidy up this shelf, and then basically we've got a really usable workshop again. But before I do that, something even more important for one of our viewers, Jan, who's rather disturbed by my lack of, I would say spring cleaning, but it's a bit late for that. Yes, Jan noticed all these cobwebs and thinks I should clean them up. So there you go, Jan. And of course you were quite right. But remember, don't have nightmares.
So whilst I was celebrating my birthday this week, we got an email from the vets about Benji's results on the lump in his mouth. And sadly, it's not good news.
No, it's they've confirmed it was a cancerous lump. But Benji's fine in himself. He's
Yeah.
barking for food. He's bouncing around like a spring lamb as he does, and he's a very happy little boy. And we'll obviously keep our eye out on for him, and
Yeah,
if
you know,
things change,
he's happy and he's eating and
he's
barking.
happy and eating, so.
He's enjoying life, so yeah.
But that's
it's
sad.
They said it was a malignant tumour, so just have to hope it's not something that's going to come back too quickly. We don't know. You want to get down now, don't you?
Yeah, go on.
He probably wants. He likes this bed that he was gifted.
Yes, he does. He often gets on it and snoozes the hours away.
We thought Max would take it over, but Benji has.
No. Anyway, on that rather sad note, we shall love you and leave you, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.